Okay, this is being recorded. Today is February 28th, 2023, the last day of February, or it's whatever day you're watching this on a replay. This is MoveEasy Yoga with Via. And welcome everybody. And today we're going to focus on shoulders. Starting with the in the regular fashion. Whoops, and I have to put Kathy. Oh, I get it. My view is wrong. Speaker. Put Kathy on the spotlight and put your legs up on a chair or a sofa or something. Look at Kathy if you need an idea of how to start. And we're going to be 7 minutes here. This is the warm-up segment. Warm up and also come to wake up in your practice. So watch your breath, 7 minutes. Stay where you are. Curl your tongue and press it on the roof of your mouth. And slowly move your head from side to side, 6 sets. At your own speed. Kathy's going to tell us when she's done. Okay, finish up. And just know that if you ever think of it, you can put your tongue on the roof of your mouth and have it stay there for a while during the class today, or while you're washing dishes, or almost anything. It is going to help with your the strength and the muscles on your chin, in front of your chin. Next, vagus nerve reset. And don't move anything but your eyeballs. Eyes open or closed. Shift your eyeballs to the right. And wait for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Keep looking straight ahead.
To the right.
Well, I mean, let's see, that's true. Your eyeballs are going to the right, but your head is looking straight ahead. That wasn't very clear. And whenever you're ready, taking your time, finishing the yawn, if you have one, and then come back to center. And shift your eyeballs to the left. Everything else is looking straight ahead. Waiting for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Come back to center. Bring your eyeballs back to center. 2 more sets of this without my cueing. Yeah, take your time. Kathy's going to tell me when she's done. So Kathy's finished, but I'm finishing up. Oh. And then when you finish up, come back to center whenever you can. And then we're going to do vagus, and we're going to do head ramping. So you may want to put a sponge ball under your head, or you may want to sit up. I'm going to sit up. And in this movement, all you're going to do is move your occipital ridge back behind you. Your chin drops a little. Hold. And then release. And 5 more times. Press. Hold. And release. Press. Number 3. Hold. And release. Number 4, press. Hold. Release. Number 5, press. Hold. Release. And and release. Okay. The next is breath work. We're going to do extended exhale breath. So in this breathing pattern, all you're going to do, you're still on the floor, supine, although you could be seated. The breathing patterns, breathing practice can be anywhere or any position, seated, standing, supine, prone. Take an inhale, count the length of your inhale, and then on your exhale, which could be through pursed lips, make your exhale longer. Ideally, you're working towards twice as long. So inhale. And exhale. And do that 5 more times. I've lost track of count, so Kathy's going to tell us when we're done. Oh, we're done. Good. Stay here. Press the chair away. Push the chair away from you, or push yourself away from the chair. Either one. For hypopressives, we're going to do the classic version that we usually do. Make sure you have enough room to extend your legs in the second and third segment of the movement. But start with bent knees, heels on the floor, toes up, dorsiflexion. Bring your arms overhead like you're hugging a tree. Flip your hands. Hold on, I'm gonna.
No, we can just stay like this for half an hour.
I was, my little vacuum cleaner was on, so I was making
Oh,
noise behind me. Okay, so 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale all the way out. No breath. The rib cage is spread. The belly, you're pulling the belly towards the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale, the arms come down, and exhale, the feet come down and extend your legs. Take a couple breaths. Cross your right ankle over your left ankle. Bring your arms up over your chest again. This time stack your hands. So the opposite hand. So right leg is on top and left hand is on top. Bring your arms overhead, like Kathy's doing, overhead by your ears. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale all the way out. Hold your breath out. 1, no breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale, the arms come down. Exhale, the legs uncross. And now switch to the other side. Left ankle over right, arms over the chest. Stack the left hand on top and bring your arms overhead.
right hand.
Right hand, opposite of the ankles. Let's 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale all the way out. Hold your breath out. No breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale, the arms come down. Exhale, uncross your legs. Take them wide, bend your knees, and wide windshield wipers. Try to drop your knees to one side and then to the other. My favorite current hip opener. It can be done supine like this or seated. We'll do it seated in a minute. And just do it a couple times as a transition. And then whenever you're ready, come up to a floor seated position. So this is a shoulder and arms and neck practice, upper body. So we're going to start with cervical side bend, and then we're going to add the resistance to create another stretch along the cervical spine. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. We're going to be here for a minute. So try to keep your spines, your thoracic spine straight, everything else straight. Cervical spine, side bending. Sit up tall, relax your shoulders. Smile a little bit. And drop your chin forward. And I say forward, I'm talking about down towards the floor. Bring your chin up, bring your head up. And we'll go to the other side. Left ear to left shoulder. So the first half, just pure side bend, and the second one will add just a drop of the chin. I'll let you know when. Sit tall. Relax your shoulders. And now drop your chin towards the floor or towards your left arm, your armpit. Sit tall. And slowly bring your chin up and then bring your head up. So we're going to do this with resistance. It's a totally different cervical side bend stretch. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. No. Yeah, do that. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Put your right hand on your left ear and now press up into your hand with your ear. Totally different stretch. I hope you feel it. Well, we're halfway done. We'll lift the hand, drop the chin, put the hand back, but I'll tell you when to do that. Okay. 10 more seconds. Coming up, coming to your neighborhood soon. All right, go ahead, take the hand off. What did I say? Drop the chin. And now put the hand back. And press your ear up into your hand for the last half of your time. Okay, lift your hand, lift your chin, and lift your head. Other side, drop your left ear to your left shoulder, put your left hand on your right ear, press up into the hand with your ear or your head. I have to keep checking my time. But you just stay there. And now go ahead and lift your hand, drop your chin, put your hand back, press into your hand to continue this side bend stretch, cervical side bend with resistance. And take your hand off your head, Bring your chin up and then bring your head up. Next, thoracic side bend. So we were side bending the cervical spine. Now we're going to side bend the thoracic spine, which is actually a lot longer. Go ahead and take your right hand and slide it along the mat. Bring your right arm up over your head. Mine is not quite up as high as it would be if it weren't still recovering from my last injury. But almost there. So it should
Looks good though. Yeah,
look better, huh? But it's up, it should be back here a little bit.
yeah.
Now go ahead and take your elbow forward to add a stretch in the armpit. Bring your elbow up, bring your entire torso up, go to the other side. Left hand along the mat, right arm up and over. You can see how this arm is more normal. Although everyone looks a little different, so don't look at Kathy and me and try to exactly copy us, because we're gonna, and she and I are looking a little different. But here we are. Breathing, side bending, thoracic side bending. And then go ahead and drop your elbow forward for an armpit stretch. An add-on. Still side bending, and then armpit stretching. I think I'll put my tongue in the roof of my mouth here. And elbow comes up, and the thoracic spine comes up. Now we're going to do the spine twist, starting on the right. Well, go ahead and switch the cross of your legs. And then go and put your left hand on your right knee. Oops, my leg is cramping. Okay. Left hand, right knee. Take your right arm around behind you. Rotate your spine. We're going to be here for 1 minute. And remember, while you're here, enjoying this thoracic spine twist, you could move your head side to side, or you can move your rib cage side to side, all the while maintaining your rotation, your spinal rotation. And now slowly unwind, unravel to the other side. Right hand on your left knee, left arm behind you. Sit tall, rotate. Remember, you can add on a cervical or a neck movement from side to side, or rib cage moving from side to side, which I was taught by an Australian physiotherapist adding this to a spinal rotation. This rib cage side to side. And it's good if your upper back is really tight. It's a good add-on. I'm curling my tongue, putting it on the roof of my mouth. And slowly unravel. And bring your legs out in front of you, bend your knees. If you can, if you can't lie on your back, find your way back to supine to do this. But we're gonna do a wide kneed windshield wipers. And do about 6 sets. I'm on number 3. Remember, if you can't sit up, my hands are behind me. You're gonna have to put your hands behind you too. You can't do this, you can do this on your back. And I think I'll do one more, although I think that's 7, but maybe it's. And everybody come back. So we're gonna start the SideLying series now. So find a brick or something to put on your head. You're gonna need some room to make shoulder circles. So make sure you have enough room around behind you. I'm gonna put a brick under my head. And the first one we're gonna do, the first thing is protraction, retraction of the scapula. So your top arm, your ankles, knees, hips, shoulders are all stacked. Your top arm comes in front of you. And then the scapula moves away from the spine, so the arms move forward. And then the scapula moves back towards the spine, which is called retraction. And you're going to do this 6 times. Forward, protraction. And backward, retraction. This is a scapular movement. The arm just goes along for the ride. These are functional movements. Think of what's moving and what's not moving. So really, the only thing that's moving is your scapula. And then the arm happens to move because the scapula moves, but everything else should be still. And I think that's even more than 6. Go ahead and rest your hand on your hip. For a minute or for a second. And now bring your arm out in front of you again. Sunrise, sunset. So sunrise, the arm rises. Abduction, sorry. Lateral abduction. And then the arm comes back to parallel. Let's do 5 more of those. Up. Think of what's moving here. So the head of the arm bone is moving in the glenohumeral joint. Nothing else should be moving. The chest shouldn't move, the head, the hips. These functional movements are isolated movements where you're only moving one part. I think this is 3. It might be 4, but let's call it 3. And 4. Five. Last one, 6. Bring it back down to the starting position and then just rest it on your hip. The next one we're going to do is internal and external rotation of the head of the arm bone, or the whole arm actually does the movement. You're going to bring your arm back up. I like to put my finger right in front so I can feel the rotation. But you may make a little soft fist so that you're not making this movement accidentally at the wrist. So it's all down here, and you're going to move forward and then backward. As far as you can go, this is external. And the forward movement is internal rotation of the head of the arm bone. So let's do another, that's a set. One, external, and then internal. Numbers, that was 2. I'm getting mixed up on my numbers, but I think that's 3. Internal, external, 4, five, last one, 6, and then go ahead and rest your hand on your hips. The next set, that was a set of 3 triplets. I call them triplets. Snow angels. So this one, you're going to start with your hand on your hip, and you're going to externally rotate so your palm is facing the ceiling. And then bring your arm up by your ear as far as you can go. When you get here, the palm faces forward. And then you bring your arm back down to the hip with the palm facing forward. And externally rotate again, palm facing ceiling. Bring your arm slowly up to your ear. These are called, I call them technical snow angels. Palm faces forward, the arm comes back down. I think that we finished number 2. Let's do number 3. Externally rotate, palm faces upward. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Now when you reach your ear, the palm faces forward, and you come back. And then number 4. Five. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Palm faces forward and arm comes back. Last one, palm faces ceiling. Arm comes up towards over the ear, overhead arms. This is basically an overhead arms position. But so is this, by the way. So there's 2 different variations over overhead arms in terms of what internal and external rotation is present. Okay, rest. And then let's start our shoulder circles. Be sure you have enough room behind you to move your arm all the way behind you in a circle. And let's start forward. And I'm not going to have to cue any of this because the arm has to do a switch as it comes back here. And that was 1. Now this is 2.
One more, I may be one off, but that's not gonna make or break us here. That's not gonna be a game changer. Let's go backward now, circle backward. We'll do 6 or 7 of these. Ooh. So if it hurts when you get back here, I mean, you just make your circle a little bit smaller. Let's do one more. And call it 6 or 7. Let's go and rest. The last in this triplet is called flying pizza. You keep your forearm on your side body and bend your elbow. When you start, the palm is facing down, but as you move your hand up toward the ceiling, the palm comes to face your ear. And you should feel all this in the back of the scapula. Rotate your cuff. And then come on back. We're going to do 5 more. If I can continue to count. So you're doing a rotation as you move. Number 3, you go up, you rotate your forearm. Come on up as high as you can. And then come back down. And then this is, I hope this is number 3. And come back down. If you don't feel this in your back on the rotator cuff and the scapula, try to find a way, position that allows you to feel it. This is 5. And last one. 6. And come on down. And you can shake your fingers, and we're finished with the side lying shoulders only practice on this side, but now we're going to do the other side. So find your position. Starting with scapula protraction, retraction. And just take the scapula, protract the scapula away from the spine, and then retract the scapula towards the spine, and do that 5 more times. This is a fundamental movement that we lose. Sometimes because we stop using the scapula. We forget that it's there. It's not on the front of our body. We can't see it. And one more protraction and one more retraction. Go ahead and put your hand on your hip and rest. The next one we're going to do is sunrise, sunset. Bring your arms out, your top arm parallel to the floor. Bring your arm up towards the ceiling. That's sunrise. And then bring it down towards parallel to the floor. That's sunset. And 5 more times. If I'm wildly out of count, let me know. Otherwise, ignore it. Go with the flow. 2. 3. Nothing else moves. 4. 5, and 6. Bring your hand down and rest it on your hip, your arm down and rest it on your hip. The last one we're going to do in this triplet, this set of 3, is internal and external rotation of the head of the arm bone and the arm and the glenohumeral joint. So bring your arm up to toward the ceiling. I like to put my hand right in front of the head of the arm bone because I can feel the movement. Now you're going to rotate forward, that's internal, and then rotate back, external. And now we're going to do 5 more like that. Number 2. Number 3. Four. 5. 6. 7. Oops, 7, that's more than enough. More than enough, good. And so rest your arm on your hip. I like to work in triplets. I don't always do it perfectly, but I like 3 sets of 3. So we're finished with that set of 3, that triplet for shoulders, and then we're going to do a second triplet for shoulders. We're not going to do the hip series today. So the first movement here is called Snow Angels. So starting with your hand at your hip, you're going to rotate your at the arm bone. You're going to at the head of the arm bone. You're going to rotate so your palm is facing upward, but make sure the movement starts at the head of the arm bone, not the wrist. And then bring your arm up overhead by your ear. When your arm gets up to the ear, face the palm forward and bring the arm down. 2 different levels, degrees of external rotation. Now, externally rotate and then come on up, overhead arms. And then now palm faces forward. It's a slightly different external rotation. And then come on back, number 2. Keep going. Number 3. Four. 5. 'Slower is better. 6. And come on back. Rest your hand on your hip. We're going to start shoulder circles, starting forward, making sure you have plenty of room for the circle. Don't move your hips or your shoulders, just moving the arm. Think of it as moving at the head of the arm bone. Last one. And when you finish up, start your circle backwards. So other direction, backwards, up by the ears, and then in front of you. If it hurts, make the circle smaller. Let's do one more. And stop. Rest your arm for a minute, your hand and your arm for a minute. And then you're going to bend your elbow and bring your forearm forward, parallel to the floor. Flying pizza. Actually, this is easier to understand. It's easier to understand the name when you're doing this standing. So think of yourself as standing. And bring your arm up. As you bring it up, you're rotating the hand and the forearm until you come up and your hand is facing your ear. But you should feel it in the upper back, at the scapula, and bring it back down. Number 2, flying pizza. And come on down. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Last one. And come on back. Okay, it's time for Yoga Nidra. Come on, find your way onto your back for a meditation. Let's remove my spotlight. You may want to cover your eyes with a cloth. You may want to cover your body depending on where you are, how cold it is. The idea is for you to feel warm, comfortable, and safe. While you listen to the words I'm speaking, don't move the body, but move your attention towards the points that I mentioned. Starting with your breath, breathing in and out, and observing your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now, bring your awareness and your attention to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee,
hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This completes our 61-point guided yoga nidra meditation. Go ahead and extend your legs if your knees are bent, and start to wiggle. Bring your arms overhead. So you're wiggling and stretching and trying to create a little more space than usual between your rib cage and your pelvis. Wiggle and stretch one side and then the other. And then wiggle your fingers and your toes. And rotate your wrists and your ankles in one direction and then the other. And hug your right knee to your chest. And thank you, knee. And then unhug or release the knee and extend the right leg along the floor. Hug your left knee into your chest. Thank you, knee. And then go ahead and extend your left leg along the floor. Both knees, hug both knees to your chest and rock from side to side, massaging the lumbar spine and the organs. And whenever you're ready, roll towards the camera or the computer. And let's stay here for a minute, our gratitude minute. Just thinking of reasons that you're thankful. Probably some of them have to do with this practice and coming here and joining us. And I'd like to remind you how grateful I am to have the opportunity to move and to move with you. There's nothing like intelligent movement to help us feel more alive, more vital, more flexible, and stronger. Whenever you're ready, use your top hand to press yourself up to seated. And I'm going to remove the spotlight. And I'm going to put my video back on. And I'm going to make my view gallery. And you can make your views gallery. Go ahead and bring your hands, sit in a cross-legged position or some floor-seated position. It's good for you. Bring your hands to your heart. Press your hands strongly so strongly that you can feel your upper back at the same time as you can feel your hands. And now soften that. And lift your occipital ridge up away from your shoulders so that you can roll your skull forward, bowing, nodding, honoring each other, knowing that each of us is a light and that we're all one light. We're going to close the class as usual by saying to each other, Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.